Hello, my name is Robert Kay. I am product specialist here at Copco. Today we're going to talk about ToolsNet 8. So let's get into the software. Data collection is one of the biggest keys to success in improving your assembly processes. ToolsNet 8 offers reliable data collection and several tools designed to make your process improvement easier, from a personalized dashboard and favorite reports to statistical evaluation of your assembly process and trend notifications. ToolsNet 8 does a lot, but there are a few categories that we will focus on in this course. First, we need to get your tools reporting data to the ToolsNet. So the first thing to think about is that your controller needs to be connected to a plant network, and you need to give the controller a name. So, for example, with the PowerFocus 6000, which supports multiple tools, there are two names that you need to set, one for the controller and a name for each virtual station or tool. So I'll begin with giving the controller a name, and on the virtual stations you can see that each tool will have its own name, and both of these names are reported in ToolsNet, and giving everything a name will make it much easier to identify your stations in ToolsNet, especially if you have dozens or even hundreds of tools. So the next thing to think about is your controller needs to be on the plant network, and also you need to get the controller to start talking to the ToolsNet server. In this case, I will be talking to port number 9016, and this can be 4552 depending on the setup or the configuration. So I'll turn tools and reporting on. I'll set the correct application server and then hit apply. To get traces or graphs, it's in most cases optional, and depending on the system that you have, you can start recording traces from when the operator presses the tool trigger or from the point when the rundown is complete and the cycle starts. On the PowerFocus 6000, you go to tool configuration, and if you have more than one tool configuration, you'll have to do the same thing for each one. So I click on edit, and here there is, under general settings, there is a trace option, and by default this is off. So I will start sending traces from rundown complete. Now, if you have a PowerFocus 4000, you can open Toolstock PowerFocus, or you can do this directly on the controller screen. So under the controller, there is a network option. I click on that. Under Ethernet, I want to give my station a name, and this name will appear in ToolsNet. And then under ToolsNet, you need to make sure the ToolsNet option is checked. The IP address is the host address of the application server, and traces should be turned to all, and by default traces are off. The ToolsNet port for the PowerFocus 6000, or the ToolsNet port for the PowerFocus 4000 is by default 6570. And if you click on Command Center, you will see information on status of the ToolsNet services, licenses, the current data collection speed, and you can see if controllers are connected. So depending on the system and port they're reporting to, they will either show up under unit monitoring, or it will show up under the data collection classic section, and you will see the number of connected controllers. When a new station is connected, in some cases it will start sending all of the results that it has in memory, and you will see this data collection speed graph go from a flat line to telling you how many results are being inserted into the database per minute. And that is how you get your controllers reported to ToolsNet. I hope this video has been helpful. If you would like to learn more, please contact your local Atlas Copco representative. Thank you for watching.